Good morning, everyone. So this is my new ride. Like I said yesterday, it has no Sutco logos on it yet. Here's my load. I hear a car coming behind us, but it's okay. Quite a funky load. Can't really show it off further back, or else I have to go way out on the road. At least not while I'm hearing cars coming. So I've got 3 drops. Just did my brake check up here. My first drop is just down the road in Silverton here. Actually, let's see how many PSI I'm sitting at the gauge here. Oh, it's lower here. Sitting at 60, just over 65 PSI. But yeah, my truck, it's got some rust on the chrome and stuff. It's not new. It's new to me. Sounds like logging guys are chatting. Okay, let's get down into the yard and see if there's room for us down there. Found a couple of things wrong with the truck that we'll have to get fixed here shortly. Getting used to the shifter, so that's good. It's actually changing the style of driving actually, so it's actually, I think I'm going to be more fuel economic as far as shifts go because of the wear it is. You can easily just use as a paddle, pull forward and backwards, and easier when you're driving up and down a hill. You can shift without leaving without your hands leaving the steering wheel. And the engine brakes work awesome on this thing. So yeah, I need to get the bunk heat fixed. The bunk heat's not working. It says check fuel pump for the heater. So I'll have to get that fixed. One of the drawers in the back does not open. I have to get that fixed before I cross the border because I don't know what's in that drawer, and I'm not crossing into another country without knowing what's in that drawer. I really like where I put my cell phone holder, and then I broke it, so now I have no cell phone holder. It's always handy to have that up on the dash, that way if someone calls me I can just hit one button, answer it. I can't do that now, so I'll be ignoring all incoming calls until I get a new cell phone holder and new cell phone mount. Quite a few logging trucks on the radio here, so I got a feeling logging trucks are turning on these logging roads somewhere in this area. Not get a answer. Basically, they don't know where my next dispatch is going to be, so I'm going to end up dragging the other trailer with me just in case. This would be a fun little road on the motorcycle, I think. Especially if the highway was closed. This would be fun with any kind of performance vehicle if the road was closed. Time to get into very tight quarters.
Then take the first right.
I don't know if you guys can see the water, but it's got a beautiful green to it. It's kind of the wrong side of the screen to be showing it, but I actually want to deliver to a place a block down, but I got some bushes there on the corner. I will run over some of those.
Turn left on Alpha Street.
Oh, this truck's got a nice turning radius, better than that Kenworth had. That is good. I can square off the corners a little more. I didn't run over the bushes. Nice. Hit something though. I think the antennas are hitting the tree. That's what it sounded like. So this is the lumber yard right here I want to deliver to. Nice, lots of room here too. They need the chipment. Normally this is filled in lumber here as well. So I'm just going to center myself right here.
Turn right on Highway 6, then take the first right.
Always drive across the road, get myself nice and straight, and then back up. Perfect. Arrive, Silverton Building Supplies. Yes. I like that it prompts me. All right. Let's roll out. One thing I noticed right away, there's some ice in my water. I guess I have the fridge set a little too cold. Is the fridge is set far enough back that like the other truck, the fridge was like literally right behind me. I could just reach one arm back. Oh, I have to put it in gear. I could reach back and grab the water whenever I felt I was thirsty. RV sticking out there so I can't see. Whew. Warm in here. You guys see the lake this time? Close the windows so that I can hear myself think. Hear myself talk. Okay. So the hardware store in Kimberley closes at 5. ETA 5:40. So I'm only gonna get one of the 3 drops unloaded. So I guess I'll unload Kimberley tomorrow morning and Sparwood after that. If I hadn't swapped trucks, I think I could have made at least a Kimberley unload. Now I've got a nice stable load right on the front here. It's just beautiful. feel like I could carve these corners if I wanted to. Come around these at a speed if I really wanted to. Could do it safely, but we'll stick around the speed limit. The suggested speed limit. Legally, I can do 80 on these corners. Now the company policy, not so much. Company policy, I have to do the suggested speed, which I'm a fan of. Keeps me safe. .44. I think I'll go for a late lunch and eat lunch at Summit headquarters and take a half-hour break there. Oh, maybe take a shower too. Yes! Of course. It's a no-brainer. Let's go take a shower at Summit. Can't make the delivery today anyway, so... kind of thinking that like that makes it a short day, but not really. If I get there, I have to go Kootenai Pass 2 probably around 6 by the time I get there, and then if I take a half-hour break, but that's still hours of driving today. So it's a bit of a shorter day, but not a lot shorter. That'll give me a chance to organize this truck a little bit. I've got one little cabinet organized. That's all I had time for last night. You pull in there. There's a bigger pull out just ahead, right here, a nice big one. A lot more space for you. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too many reflections off the dashboard. The further away the camera is from the window, the more reflections it picks up. If I find my mounts as I clean, hey, tonight I'll have time to clean. If I find the mounts for the camera, I'll find a spot to mount the camera. plugged in my dash my dash cam yet either, or should I call it my bear cam? Catches some of the bears. Quite often the bears I see are too far out off the road that it's not worth getting the video, and the dash cam, even those that I have clipped on like last week, they're not great clips of bears, but you can see there's a bear there. Saw a bear yesterday, pretty big bear, a little further off the road. So that was my 8th bear this year. So I'm doing good. So if Jess is coming with next week, hopefully still see bears next week. My brain just went a little funky there. I'm like, wait, I'm going 90. My Garmin says speed limit's 80 here. And then I reassessed where we are along on this road. I'm fine doing 90 here. Sometimes the GPS isn't right. Man, this Cummins just sounds so much nicer than that pack car. As much as I didn't like this shifter on the steering column, I'm starting to get used to it and like it more. So I thought it was crazy having a shifter on the steering column like this, but I think I'm gonna like it more in the long run. It's just not very intuitive. The way it's designed, it's not very intuitive. I think if they had the shifter just like it is now, running the engine brakes and using it as a paddle, shifting up and down, just that. None of the put in drive and put in reverse. If those buttons were off in the center console, it would be an easier shifter to use. Excuse me. I'm definitely feeling a lot better today than yesterday. For a little while there, I was a little concerned that I might have COVID, but symptoms have just been the cough, productive cough. Like I think it's just a slight cold. Having said that, I've worn my mask everywhere I go, and there's people, I'm like, just in case I have a very mild case of COVID, I'm going to put a mask on because I want to be the last person spreading this disease. And if I have a mild case of COVID, yay! I'd be immune to it after this, at least until it mutates to some new big rig behind us is catching up fairly quick. It might be that dump truck I saw. Or we saw parked in the shoulder there. You know what? I should be running cruise control on this, I think. Beautiful day again today. Guess we're beside Slocan Lake again here. The other things I want to see if I can get them to change on the truck is I tested it yesterday while climbing. At what speed can I turn the diff locks on? And I have to be below 40 kilometers per hour to turn the diff locks on. And honestly, in the winter with a Super B, if I can't have the diff locks locked by 60 kilometers, I'm spinning out and chaining up. Below 40, I already stopped on the road. I've lost all momentum. If you're only hauling vans and stuff, single trailers, it might be fine locking them in at the lower speeds, but that's always a beautiful viewpoint. straight down. I'm getting quite a bit of reflections on the dashboard, so I'm assuming you guys are getting those reflections too, so sorry about that. Quite a nice green lake today too. Beautiful. Don't blame them for passing me, even though I was doing speed limit. They know that I go under the speed limit around corners, so. The truck that was catching us up with us must have pulled over because it's not catching up with us anymore. I haven't said this in a while, but I love my job. I'm looking forward to next week. I have this fear in the back of my head that it'll be taken away from me by some kind of event, breakdown or change of plan or something silly. Hopefully all goes smooth. Yes, I want to be on a bike. Just in my anniversary this weekend, so the weather is beautiful. I'm gonna have to resist the urge to go for a bike ride. Oh, I saw just a glimpse here. After Slow Can, you could actually see the river on the other side of the Slow Can in the fields. It looks like another lake on the other side. Can you guys see that? There's a lake on the other side. That's not a lake. It's supposed to be a river. Crazy. Crazy flooding. They say the water levels are coming down. There's still places that they're not allowing people to stay at home overnight. They're allowed to return during the day, but they're not allowed to stay overnight. I see shots of the river. I'm not sure, but if I do, I'll record those, get some more clips in here. See if we can see some flooding. flooding a little bit over here. A little harder to see here, but yeah, definitely a lot of water. Down trees. Probably mudslide took the trees down. Said single lane traffic ahead. There's a stop sign ahead. So it must not be mudslide. It's just, oh yeah, power lines are down over here. They've been torn right off. So those trees are all knocked over. So they are. Some kind of flood event or mudslide event happened and knocked all the trees over. Looks like they ignored the old hydro lines, just built a new one, and now they're cleaning up. Interesting. River looks pretty darn full. It's looks like it's trying to erode the railroad. I'm sure they're keeping a close eye on all of that. So I took an hour off in Salmo. Shower, had a nice lunch, a nice chat with another truck driver. Well, yeah, I guess I'm going to need to fuel up. How far away is Cranbrook? 51 kilometers. Yeah, we'll Kimberley 85 kilometers. Yeah, we'll fuel up in Cranbrook. I've never fueled up at the Husky there, so let's put that on the list. Fueled up at Husky in Cranbrook. I try to hit different fuel stations every time we fill up in a different location, and that way, in emergency, I know places that have DEF and places that don't. I've got a spreadsheet. I keep track of all the fuel stations that I see. Time zone change versus all the fuel stations I've actually stopped at and know that my card works. most of the time I ignore that list. Every now and then I'm driving in a place where I'm like, yeah, I've been up here before, it's been a long time. What did I write down for fuel stations? Where did I fuel up? Although the list mostly gets used when dispatch calls me and go, hey, I got a trucker stuck in so-and-so. Do you know where the nearest fuel station is? Because they've figured out that I have a list. Although those calls have pretty much stopped because I email them the list once a month, twice a month. When I send in my trip sheet, I've got it on the same spreadsheet, just a different page on the bottom. It's like, just click on that tab and it's the most updated list I have. Having said that, that list came from Sutco's list of fuel stations. That's what I started with, a list of stations that they keep track of prices. And then I just kept updating it, adding more and more and more. I guess I never really said where we were, but we did drive by that sign, so we are headed towards Cranbrook. But the next town, I think, is called Moy. I think we're approaching it pretty soon here anyway. Yeah, Moy General Store, that sign there. So Moy is the town coming up. Every time I complain about these roads, I just have to remember the roads in northern Alberta were much, much worse. Let's flip you guys around. Lake's a little full. I guess I'm facing you guys into the sun. Is that a little more out of the sun? There's a boat out there. You guys don't get to see the kids, but I do. Some kids pumping their fists. I know I was facing the camera in the wrong direction for you guys to see the kids, but if you see a kid pumping their fist, you must honk. No other way around it. I don't think we get to see the lake anymore, just trees now. You might get a little glimpse of it here and there, but you guys get to look at me. I don't know if I like looking into the camera. Hi. Never tried rotating it that way before. Seems to work. Easily just reach over with one hand and rotate. So I was crossing the yellow line, so I was going to start crossing the white line. Looking right now, we've kind of gone through the mountains, so my prediction of when we would arrive would be more accurate here. I would say if I had not stopped for my break, I would have arrived 45 minutes too late to get unloaded. So now I'm going to be an hour and a half too late to be unloaded. An hour and 45 minutes too late to be unloaded now. Right? Close at 5, be 6:45. Yeah, I'll be an hour and 45 minutes short of getting unloaded. I took almost an hour break earlier, so I would have still been 45 minutes late if I had not stopped for anything. Just boogie. No shower, no lunch stop, no nothing. Just go. And every now and then I'll do that, but only if I know there's a pretty darn good chance I can get there. I'll try to make it. should have let you guys keep facing that way, huh? You guys have seen these roads before, but you haven't seen what's beside me when I'm on these roads. Where the two camera shots come in so handy, but I don't have that set up for this truck yet. But I will once I find my GoPro mounts. I will, and I'll put a sticky mount on the steering column. No, I don't know if that's sticky enough or smooth enough of a surface. I'll have to figure somehow to stick a mount onto the steering column so you guys can see the gauges. I'll see if I can find some really sticky two-sided tape. But that'd be really sticky stuff. Quite a bit of water in this field. Riding his quad around in the field, probably checking on the field to make sure everything's okay. Yesterday near Princeton, I saw cows walking in the field, and they were walking through this little lower section, and they were going almost up to their backs underwater just to walk through this, what now looked like a lake in the middle of the field. It's like, need to get through here. Moy Lake Provincial Park. So it seems like I was wrong about flooding. We're still having some flooding. It's nothing crazy, but there is some flooding going on. Oh, some roadkill. So the snow is all long melted. I guess as a rule of thumb, I should say, when there's almost no snow left on Kootenai Pass, then is when the floods hit. Robin almost got smoked by that car. Should be a pretty good day today. Pretty darn good. All the rain we were having yesterday, it's kind of nice to have a nice dry day. Forecast is though saying there's more rain coming, so I'm not sure how the weekend's gonna go. Kind of had planned to go out for our anniversary outside, do some day camping stuff, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna have to make up plans as we get there, because the plans I had doesn't sound like they're gonna happen. So, but who knows? Maybe all of a sudden the forecast is wrong and it'll be a beautiful weekend. If I have it my way, the truck will end up in the shop this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to organize the truck anymore on the weekend. But I'm going to take measurements of all the cabinets and everything and see what kind of drawers I can put inside some of these cabinets. Some of the, like the one cabinet is meant to hang all your clothes in, and I don't hang my clothes. They're all folded, so it seems like a lot of wasted space. So if I can put some kind of shelving in there, it'll make a lot of space in the truck. Kimberley. So we're headed. One traffic light. It's pretty good advertising. It's kind of off the beaten path. If you're going to Alberta, you're going to bypass it. If you're going up to Radium Hot Springs, you're going to bypass it. It's a bit of a detour of a road. Kimberley's kind of out there. I think I'll untarp. I won't untarp the load, but I will take all the bungees off except for one bungee in each corner. That'll hold it, the bungee, or that'll hold the tarp down, and hopefully I can then pull the straps out. Even though the straps are under the tarp, if I loosen all the bungees, I should be able to pull the straps out and unstrap the whole load, because I'm going to park right in their yard. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I can just pull the 4 bungees off, pull the tarp off, or roll it up and be ready to be unloaded. I'll have to Google when they open and then make sure I'm awake like an hour before that, because usually people show up an hour, half an hour before they open. I'd like my tarp to be off by the time they show up. Alright guys, I think I'll leave it there. It's probably a really long video already. Probably way too long, but that's okay. I'll try to alternate it. Short video, long video, short video, long video, kind of back and forth. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow. We'll be going from Kimberley to Sparwood. I have not looked at what routing I will take for that. Will I come back to Creston and then head to Sparwood, or will I take the other direction? I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll find out tomorrow. Thank you guys for supporting me. Love all the comments. all the questions. Hit that thumbs up. I'm working to that 1,000 subscribers, and we'll do a giveaway then. I've got 4 people on the list for the giveaway so far. Feel free to add yours as well. The sooner we get to 4,000, or the sooner we get to 1,000 subscribers, the sooner I'll give away some money. So if you guys want the giveaway, hit that subscribe button, get me to the 1,000, and we'll have a fun live stream where we give away some cash while playing Farming Sim. Just as a support thing, or as a thank you thing for you guys for supporting me. No strings attached. Just a thank you. That's all. I'm allowed to do that, right? Anyway, you guys rock. I'm out.